Sonic Adventure 2 is my favourite game of all time, and has one of my favourite levels in a video game, Aquatic Mine. So today I thought, why not do a quick analysis of the level to see why I enjoy it so much. Without further ado, let's sit back, relax, and take a dive in Aquatic Mine. The level starts in the main room of the mines, which is 3 levels high, with you starting out on the highest level. Now there's a lot of first time player might do, sure they could just dive straight into the water or wander around the edges, but the game immediately draws your attention to the main water pump tower, with an image of a ghost front and center. This greatly sparks immediate curiosity as it catches the player's attention as soon as you start the stage, making them think not only is this place haunted, but what this big structure actually is. As you approach it, you realise there's a tucked away upper section, so you climb it and latch onto one of the pulleys to discover another room. One of the things that will catch your attention is the water switch, with a clear sign of what it does right next to it. Pressing it lowers the water level completely. The whole setup of catching players' attention as soon as the stage starts is such a good opening for the level, as it tells you and teaches you all about the level. That being 3 things. The first thing is that the level is indeed an abandoned haunted mine shaft. That's what the level theming is going to be about, that's what you can expect throughout the whole stage. And you can tell all of that just from the picture on the water pump. The second thing is that there's going to be hidden rooms and passageways all throughout the level, as indicated by the hidden upstairs area. And 3, the main gimmick of the stage being lowering and raising the water level. Now yes, I know, I think there is an Oma shell right behind you that tells you all about this, including 2 switches right behind you as well, where you start the level, but since this is a level analysis video, I think it's important to dive deep into what the developers might have been thinking. I mean, everything's there for a reason, right? In fact, the 2 switches behind you are a good idea too, because you do get a quick glimpse of them during the opening cutscene, which too, I suppose, could draw your attention the same way as the water tower does. Sticking to the main upper level room, you'll notice to your right are a couple of gates. Gates with a caution warning on it to look out for ghosts below. Upon approaching the gates, you realise that there's a platform in the way, requiring you to use one of the switches to lower the water level. Again, teaching you about the level design, that the water level isn't just for show but actually plays into the level design. Not only creating different ways of getting around, but also opening and closing different routes throughout the mines. Now there's not much else to discuss about the opening of the level, but man, does it leave a good impression. It teaches you about the mechanics of the stage in an easy to understand intuitive way, and it perfectly sets the mood for what you're about to experience, a damp, deep, creepy mine shaft. It invokes a sense of mystery, like what happened here exactly? Why is it flooded? Why are there ghosts here? Is this all a big plumbing job gone deadly wrong? Or is it just because the level happens to take place somewhere around Pumpkin Hill? Which could mean the ghosts just simply migrated, or are Pumpkin Hill and Aquatic Mine more connected than we think? Could Pumpkin Hill and Aquatic Mine just be the aftermath of one big mining operation? Pumpkin Hill is, well, a hill, a mountainous region as the game likes to put it. Aquatic Mine is the underground, leading to the city, so I don't think it's too far out of the question to assume the boos are simply just dead miners. Anyway, getting back to the actual level, from this point on I'm just going to be going through some general stuff, starting with the atmosphere. The atmosphere of this level is top notch, thanks to the lighting, the texture work and the modelling. The level is dark enough to where it definitely feels like you're underground, particularly in some of these side rooms and passages, which are either flooded or very dimly lit. The texture work is also great here too. Adventure 2's more realistic art style may not be everyone's cup of tea, but since these are supposed to be more grounded, interconnected areas on Earth, I think it works just fine. And Aquatic Mine is no exception. Whether it's the rough looking walls, the old rusty iron scaffolding and platforms, the calming blue of the water, the ghost patterns sprinkled throughout, the bricks that are definitely showing their age. I could go on, but the art direction for this stage is superb, and the models used for this stage are also great. The rickety looking gates, the broken minecarts and wood scattered throughout the stage, the fans and the water wheels, and again the scaffolding. All these things combined represent something that I love about Adventure 2. And that's that every level tells a story, and Aquatic Mine is no different. I already touched upon it earlier, but with the stuff I just mentioned in mind, I hope I've made it more clear as to why it creates an excellent story. A story of an abandoned mine shaft with a great tragedy behind it. A mine shaft with a broken water system that left nothing but broken minecarts, scaffolding and materials all around, with their ghosts wandering wandering the damp corridors forever. And now I'm going to go over some of my favourite areas in the level, starting with the main ghost room. Now there are ghosts dotted throughout the level, depending on the difficulty anyway, but this is definitely the main gathering room for them, as it's filled with ghosts that jump out at you and a couple that are just chilling. The reason why I like this room is because it looks a fair bit like a dungeon, doesn't it? The grey tinted texture work with the stony ground and large bricked walls, the older looking scaffolding, the crooked gates hanging from the ceiling that almost resemble a cage, the skulls dotted around everywhere, not to mention the fire breathing ones are here too. There's even a weight here, so you get that slamming sound going on in the background. The torches are also a nice touch. Not only are they blue, so naturally they give off a more spooky cold feeling, but the black smoke really helps drive the damp underground theming home. The funny thing is, this room looks fairly different in the original Dreamcast version, having the room look more like every other room in the level. I get that they wanted to be more consistent in the Dreamcast version, but I do much prefer the dungeon type aesthetic they went with in later versions. Makes you remember this room more, as you do a fair bit in here, such as it being a common place for emerald shards to spawn and finding the lost chow. The last thing I like about this room is the water level mechanic plays a cool role here, as no matter the water level you can access this room whenever you want. And it's cool to see in all the water levels. For example, when the water level is level 1, you can't get in through the normal means, but once you get the Mystic Melody, you can open this door, go through this crowded hallway, and come through a hole in the ceiling. And because the room is now flooded, you can access this hidden pathway up above that will lead you to the lost chow, an extra life, and a rare animal for the chow garden. And when the water level is level 2, you can access the room normally, but the water is just above the floor, which I think is a really cool touch. Another favourite part of the level of mine is the passage where you get the air necklace from. It's the only part of the level that uses bricks as the wall texture, and I love that aesthetic. You know, a dark room with dimly lit bricks. Anyone else? It's hard to explain, but I have a strong nostalgia for that kind of thing, almost like a liminal space to me. The area is a closed in abandoned well that's a rush to the other side as you swim through tunnels and around planks of wood, ending up with you spamming the jump button as you try and rise above to the surface before running out of air, and you're rewarded handsomely with an air necklace and a purple dragon, allowing you to casually swim back to the main area, and you can now explore the full level at your own pace, without worrying about oxygen. Now, a level that greatly rewards your sense of curiosity, now that's a sign of good level to me. The final area I want to bring attention to is the upper part of the main hall. This small section is so calming to me. I don't exactly know how to describe it, I just like how the lighting bounces off the textures here, and it gives off a nice greenish tint. Overall, I just really enjoyed the level design here. It greatly represents what the theme is going for and rewards you for exploring. It's just the right size for a treasure hunting level 2. Okay, it might be a bit on the small and easy side, but I still find it very fun and immersive. Now to talk about the music for this level. The music here is sublime, and the instrumentals are anyway. It perfectly encapsulates what this level is about. It's a more somber, chill, low mood track, and you know what? The rap ain't half bad either. It's definitely a guilty pleasure of mine, but it is really corny.
Let's take a dive in aquatic mind. Once was a cold pit, but now it's a water ride. Makes you wanna sit back, enjoy the life, and do things you like doing, get to shine. It's your bees fighting with the foes all the time, but I gotta do it, they always stay out of line. Sometimes I wanna just chill and land, but I'm the protector of the emeralds and gems.
I do want to bring up the droplet sound effects that play throughout the level in the background. I haven't played the Dreamcast version, but I'm pretty sure it gets more annoying with each port. Don't get me wrong, I think it adds a cool touch to the level, but I will agree it's the main flaw I have with the stage. Basically, the sounds are supposed to be subtle, but I think in each subsequent port of the game, the droplets seem to get louder and worse sounding. It doesn't ruin the stage or anything, but it can be annoying. Right, now I'm just going to go quickly over some things I like about the stage before I wrap things up. The fact that there's only ghosts down below in the specific rooms are a nice touch. You know, the whole danger down below, the deeper you get, the creepier and more dangerous it gets. I like that. Another nice touch are the lack of robots here. I believe there's only 3 in the entire stage. This makes sense, as not only do I assume Aquatic Mine is hidden underground, but because there's no robots, it allows you to take in the more lonely vibe the level is all about. I like this hidden bottomless shaft area that's just filled with ghosts and spiked walls, because why not? In the hard mode of the level, there's just a random boom boo chilling down here. I don't know why, he's just there. Maybe he's looking for the air necklace. I'm not sure if this level out of all the Knuckles levels has the most jump scares, because Death Chamber does have a fair amount. But regardless, there's definitely a lot more here, and it makes me grin every time, because I don't know why. It's just no matter how many times I play this game, the jump scares still somehow always get me. I don't know why. It makes me grin every time. One more week, the cat's down here too. In conclusion, I think Aquatic Mine is a great stage. It's a stage that I not only have a lot of nostalgia for, but it's one of my favourite stages in gaming. It definitely is a comfort level of mine, a level I always replay, a level I just like to chill in. This might just be a me thing, but I can't get enough of the aesthetic of the level. A spooky underground mineshaft is right up my alley, and I'd love to see more stages like this. Something about it just puts me at ease, you know? The whole thing is like a liminal space to me. But what are your thoughts on Aquatic Mine? I'd like to hear them in the comments below. That'll be it for today. I'll see you later.